Greetings family, I hope you're well. My name is Toyin Agbetu, this is the Pan-African Drum. Today's theme is Killer Kops Killed, where I'll be discussing whether we should be celebrating or condemning the actions of Micah Xavier Johnson. Killer Kops Killed. Most people, when they hear that, because of the media's bias, they think about those cops that were killed, those that were executed, those that were murdered as a symbol against oppression against African people, against those who are the cause of the reason the Black Lives Matter movement exists in the first place. But when I hear the word KKK, Killer Kops Killed, I think Killer Kops killed another African. I think Killer Kops lynched another African. I think about those rednecks who used to go around with those hoods on, and it makes me angry. Ever since Alton Sterling's death and now Philando Castile's death, I haven't been able to sleep. I worry about my boys here. I worry about my friends' children there. I worry about my family all over the place, and I think to myself, what is it in this world where the value for African life is treated as so disposable that we can see footage of Africans being murdered and then 10 seconds later you can have a comedy show on and the world move on like it's no big deal. I mean, I grew up with this. I used to grow up and there'd be apartheid on the news, and in between the news programs, you had the news at 5:45 and the news at 10 o'clock. In between that, you'd have comedy programs and soaps and dramas, and the world would move on as if treating African people as if they were inhuman was okay. It was like a trendy protest thing that you got involved with, but hey, that's just what happens. And I'm supposed to accept that as okay. I don't. I didn't. I still don't. And it's the same thing with what's happening now when I think about what's happening with the Black Lives movement, the Black Lives Matter movement in the US. We have the United Friends and Family campaign in the UK, which is very similar, where Africans are being killed in custody, and you just don't hear anything in the media about it. And so, I guess, what's the focus of this video? The focus of this video is, should we condemn the actions of Micah Xavier Johnson, Micah X I'm going to call him now. And for those of you who thought you knew me and thought that the answer would be something liberal, wishy-washy, I'm going to tell you straight up, the answer is no. We shouldn't condemn him. Now, I have sympathy for the family of those who were killed. No one deserves to die like that. No one deserves to have their son, their husband, their father, their uncle murdered. And I feel sorry for them. But when Micah X was shooting those officers, I believe he had snapped. I don't believe that he was killing them as individuals. I believe he was killing them as symbols of an oppressive system that systematically murders African people with impunity. And I'm angry at the fact that they blew him up, that they didn't send a tear gas canister with that robot. They went all Judge Dredd on him. They blew him up so we can't actually hear what was in his mind. We can't see him explaining what made him snap, and understanding that all of us are at risk of snapping like that. All of us. And so, this is probably the worst video I've probably ever done, because I know that I'm rambling, I can feel it, I can feel my anger is still there, and I'm trying to control it, and I'm trying to be moderate, I'm trying to be sensitive, I'm trying to not be just out there with some kind of aggression, but I do feel aggressive, I do feel hatred, and yeah, I said the word, I feel hatred towards those people who are there to serve and protect and actually go out and kill African people with impunity, and in the legal system that protects them. It does make me mad. When that massacre happened in Paris, when that massacre happened in Orlando with the LGBT community, there were unity marches. People recognised the injustice. Or I should say, Europeans recognised the injustice, and leaders, world leaders from Western countries came together and said no, no more. And they changed laws and invoked policies, and they did what it took to make sure that they tracked down the perpetrators of those crimes. But when it happens to us as African people, when police officers in uniform get caught, do they ever face justice? Do they ever get convicted? No. I think I'm going to talk on this at another time. So right now, I'm going to say, please be careful out there. I want to give big props up to the girlfriend. I think her name is Diamond of Philando. She used technology wisely. She used it to stream what was going on. And because people are using technology to film these injustices, we can actually see what is occurring. Doesn't mean that those are the only cases that are happening. It just means that those are the only cases that we can see of what's happening.
Oh, yeah.
So for now, please, if you see injustice anywhere, don't be frightened to record it and share it. Walk strong, walk safe, and may the ancestors guide and protect us all. Ashe.